Right, so I'm going to be showing you how to do a basic seam. First thing you need to do is make sure that your foot is not on the pedal. So you shouldn't be resting with your foot on the pedal and turning it on, because then the machine's going to run. Make sure your foot's off the pedal. You're in a comfortable position. You're going to turn your machine on. And the first thing you want to do is decide how wide you want your seam. Typically, if you see right here is 5/8. You see the different sizes there? So you're going to line up with 5/8 or whatever size seam you need. And you're going to push the fabric just past where the needle is. That's going to give you some space to backstitch, which is how we seal our seams. If you forget to backstitch, you'll have a hole in your clothing. So you need to hold on tightly to the threads. You're going to push down on the reverse lever, and then you're going to push down on the pedal. You're going to go backwards slowly, a few stitches, like so, and then you're going to take your foot off of the pedal, and you're going to take your hand off of the reverse, and you can let go of the threads. Now you can see I didn't go all the way back. There's still a little bit of space. You don't need to go back all the way to the edge. So when we're ready to come forward, keep in mind you don't want to sew over top of pins for safety reasons. Your needle can break, which is dangerous for your eyes and hands, anything else in the area. The other thing to keep in mind is that you're not going to be pushing up or pulling back on the fabric. It's important that you let the feed dog, which is the device underneath here, pull the fabric through. Your job is to gently guide it left and right to make sure it stays in line with your 5/8 seam. Alright, so let's go forward. You can see I'm just touching it gently. And as I'm approaching the pins, I'm removing them. You can go as slowly as you need to until you feel comfortable with the sewing machine. Alright, so as you're approaching the end, you want to go slowly. And remember, you don't need to come all the way to the edge. Now, what I'm going to do so that I have more control over the speed is I'm going to use the hand wheel. And you're going to rotate it towards yourself, and you can see that the needle continues to stitch. It's going up and down. And I'm always rotating the hand wheel towards myself, never away from myself. And I'm going to finish those last few stitches. Alright, so now we need to backstitch again to seal our seam. You're going to put your fingers on the reverse, and you're going to gently push down on the foot pedal to make a few back stitches, like so. So now that we're finished, you're not just going to lift your presser foot and pull because your needle's stuck in the fabric. You're going to need to use the hand wheel again, rotating it towards yourself and making sure that the needle's all the way up top before you remove the weight from your presser foot and pull. Now what I recommend when you're cutting, not to pull tight and cut because then your threads snap back. So just pull a little bit gently, let it go slack, and then cut the threads. You can either cut them with scissors or you can cut them on the machine. So that's our basic seam. Now what you'll do is you'll trim your spare threads and carry on.